Now, let me double check. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Welcome to another Freedom Fridays. Yes, there we go. I just needed to double check. Yes, so as we do every Friday, this community is all about coming together to prioritize rest and fun. Last week, I was in Huntington Beach, California at the end of a conference. Can you hear in my voice? I'm still recovering. It was a business conference, but it was a whole vibe. Listen, that vibe from Rachel Rogers has, and that team, that Hello 7 team, the whole ROI Millionaire Summit community, y'all. It is palpable. You could cut it with a knife. It is so beautiful, and honestly, every Black woman who wants to have a business, aspires to have a business, already has a business, anybody from an underserved community, whether it's women, LGBTQIA, all of y'all, all of us need to get together at that next ROI summit. It's worth the investment. It is definitely worth the investment. So, I am still recovering, and that's okay. That's what you're hearing in my voice today. That being said, what we do here on every Freedom Fridays is that we get together to prioritize rest and fun, because this community is all get it done women, whether you are a corporate professional, whether you're an entrepreneur, you are that person that when something needs to get done, everybody turns to look to you. And while that's beautiful, you show up for your family, you show up for your company, you show up for all of these different amazing people in your life. It is burning you out. And you're like, you know what? I got to do something different, because if I keep allowing this to burn me out, I'm going to be the one that's dead, and everybody else is going to be living their best life. And so you're like, I want to do something different. And that is what I'm all about. And this is just one of the 9 pieces that I help my clients go through in my framework called the Soft Life Plan Framework, that is going to help you make that transition out of that. I'm going to help you turn burnout into alignment by teaching you how to plan joy like you plan success. Because you've been planning success, but you don't know how to plan joy. So, if that is amazing to you, I'm so glad that you're here. This is, like I said, going to be a session every week that helps you get started in that. And then by the end of this time, I will be giving you resources and next steps to be able to continue to work with me, to be able to continue to get support, um, and so you will know how to do to keep along on this process as we keep going. Okay. But for today, for Freedom Fridays, there's just a couple things that we're going to do. We're going to celebrate our wins from the week, all of the things that you are like, it's not that big of a deal. I just did my job. Listen, we're about to celebrate every single one of them. Okay. Then we are going to do a body scan and ask our body what kind of rest do we need. Because even though this is a co-planning session, this co-planning session is about planning rest and then work, rather than work and then rest. You see how the order switch? Okay. So first you need to ask your body, what do you need? It's an intuitive thing. There's no one size fits all of how much rest you need. You got to pay attention to your body. So you're going to do a body scan, choose your rest intention for next week, and then we're going to give out stickers, positively reinforce you for the times that you have prioritized rest from this week. And then we're going to schedule next week in our calendar for schedule rest for in our calendar for next week, because we we do what we prioritize, and we prioritize what we put in our calendar, and rest needs to be prioritized and in our calendar. Okay, so then once we do that, we'll wind down for the weekend, and then we'll be off to that wonderful start of the next day. So for this weekend. So I hope that that sounds exciting. I look forward to having conversations with you. Make sure you take a second to say hello in the chat. I love this is a conversation. This is a community. This is us doing this together. So make sure you say hello. Let me go ahead and start it off. Let's talk about what are the things that you are feeling burnt out about. Let's brainstorm different ways to fix that. Yeah, so all of the things. Let's get you in this place where rest is first and foremost. Like you actually get to live a rested lifestyle rather than feeling like all you do is work. Okay? Yay, happy Friday, Meg. I'm so happy you're here. I'm glad that my chat is working again. Excuse me for last week. I listen, I was trying, evidently I was trying to do too much. I just wanted to show y'all the beach and you see it didn't work out. But I'm glad that I can see your messages from today. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm trying to see it in Riverside and it's not, but that's okay. I can see it over here. Hey, how you doing, Jane? Hey, all right, girl. I always do that because I see your what is it? Your handle and then the name and all of it doesn't connect. But I love to see you. Hey, happy Friday. I can finally catch you live. I'm so happy that you can finally catch me live. It's lovely when you're here. So glad to see you, y'all. I went and made some tea. Yes. I know where you are, girl. You ain't got to worry. I just can't think of your real name right now. That's ain't that a shame? Ain't that a shame? Let me tell y'all. So the last two nights, I have not. Last night is the first night I slept well, in the last 3 nights. The other nights, it was hot. It was this. It was that. Last night I slept so good, even though I'm at a house sit. It was amazing. This bed was nice. I cuddled right in. I passed right out. I put my sleep story on. I did not hear the end of the sleep story. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. How did y'all sleep last night? How are you feeling today? Oh, and while you're at it, tell me, what wins are you celebrating? I'm gonna sip on my tea. I actually have a couple teas. This is my slightly caffeinated tea, so I could get some juju done today. And then I have a rooibos tea that I'm gonna go ahead and pour in my other cup because I got multiple teacups here. I love it. So while you are typing in the chat what you are celebrating from this week and how you're feeling today, I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing mine with you. So the things that I am celebrating from this week, it would have been very easy for me to come back from that conference and kind of tell myself I have to buckle down, bulldoze myself and work really hard to hurry up and connect with everybody because I can't miss these opportunities. And girl, your girl did not do that. Rachel was like, "Hey, after the conference, you're going to need time to rest. You should like follow up with people, but you're going to need time to rest. So listen to your body and take what you need." And y'all, I took what I need. Yesterday, I hung out with a friend and he's a seafarer. He works on a carnival ship. And so I went to hang out with him on the boat for yesterday morning. And then in the afternoon, I did a little bit of work for maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I came to my tiny house. Not tiny house, excuse me, my house sit. Get my life together. I got tiny houses on the mind, which is normal. So yes, I'm here now and I'm glad that I didn't make myself feel like I needed to hurry up and do a whole bunch of work. I'm allowing myself to really recover and that means I'm not getting into rest debt. I've been allowing myself that space and I love it. Jane said, I love it. No worries. I haven't been sleeping well this week. Not sure why. I'm sorry you're not sleeping well. That sucks. It really sucks. It throws my whole week off when I am not sleeping well. And let me tell y'all, anybody that doesn't like sleep, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? I like sleep. I need to be able to sleep. So I hope that your sleep gets better. That's so important. Um, and then you said, when I set up my small gardening space. Oh, I love it. If you get a chance, send me a picture on Instagram. I would love to see that. That sounds amazing. Yes, I would love to hear that, see that so much. I'm not a big gardener, but I love to meet gardeners because there's something so grounding and peaceful about their spirit, and that they love to be able to till the earth in that way. It's just so beautiful. I love it. She said, I love sleep. Me too, girl. Right? I said, anybody that's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Y'all a lie. People that I was even in college, I was not the one that was like, I'm gonna stay out all night and be partying. Don't get me wrong. I like to have a little fun here and there. I will definitely go out and enjoy. Um do a party or whatever, but I'm not trying to be out all night. I'm not. I'm tired. I'm tired. I got to go to sleep. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm so glad to hear I'm not the only one. I didn't evidently. Okay, it says that the chat should be showing up, but it's not. That's okay. I can see y'all. I got both windows open, so I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna see. I can see your chat in YouTube, so that works out. Okay, good. Let me see. Meg said it's trying to be another heat wave this week. Heat wave here, but I've been managing to sleep okay. Fans have been going nonstop though. I believe it, girl. I believe it. You know what's crazy? In LA right now, it's averaging 60, like late 60s, like 67, 68 to 75. It's not been very hot here. Like last night, I took a walk to the grocery store instead of driving because it was only about a half a mile away. And I needed a sweater, even though I was walking. I was like, Leon, this is not what I expected from LA. So I would love to like share some of that vibe with you because I thought it was going to be warmer here, and that's just not what it is right now. Girl, I'm glad you got your fans running because ain't nobody trying to be hot. I hear that. Nobody sleeps well when it's hot. Oh, you're a professional gardener. I didn't know that. I love that so, so much. Just a girl with a bucket and some seeds. Girl, that needs to be handled for you. Just a girl with a bucket and some seeds. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that. I'm so glad you got that set up. Congratulations. What beautiful wins. Okay. Y'all shared some wins with me. Keep sharing. Whatever wins, whatever other wins you have, let me know. Let me think what my other ones are from this week. Let me see. My other win from this week. Rest has been a huge win. Let me see. Monday, I had some really good conversations that I had already scheduled before the conference, and then I just went and rested too. Listen, all of my wins this week are like, listen, I went and sat my behind down. That's what my wins are for today. All three wins are I went and sat my behind down times three. That's what my wins are. And I'm not mad at it. I'm actually quite grateful. I'm gonna do some work today. I'm at this lovely house sit, and they have I need to stop saying tiny house. This is a house sit, not a tiny house. They have a rooftop deck. I will probably go up there and watch the sunset after I let the dog out. She's super sweet. She's a cute little old girl. If you guys watch Bluey, there is an episode called the Grumpy Granny, and this little dog reminds me of the Grumpy Granny. In the middle of the night, she was like, "Girl, let me off this bed. I can't get off this bed by myself. You don't see me trying to get off this bed." And I was like, "Okay." So I got up, I let her off the bed, and then she wanted to get back on the bed. I just needed some water. Let me back on the bed. She was straight up like a grumpy granny off of Bluey. I'm gonna have to find that episode and send it to you. It's quite hilarious. Okay, Meg said, I would love to trade with you. It was 90s and almost 100 last week, and it's supposed to be 89 later today. Girl, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's the kind of weather that I enjoy. I enjoy 90 degrees and a breeze, except for when I'm sleeping. When I'm sleeping, I like it to be like 70. I'm not gonna lie. But during the day, I'm all about because the sweat is so good for you. It gets the toxins out. And I don't even sweat very easily. It takes a lot for me to sweat. So that's probably why I like it so warm. That has to be the Nigerian in me. But yes, that sounds like a vibe, especially for Detroit. That's usually cold. I can't do Detroit in the winter. You know, I saw you in March and that was the best that I could do. I can't do winter in Detroit. I don't know how you handle it. Oh, you said I'm not a professional. Got it. Girl, are you sure? You know, we be undercutting our own skills. Even if you're not a professional, just the fact that you have a small gardening space is pretty amazing. I love it. It sounds amazing. And for all the things that you've been going through, I'm sure it has to feel nice to be able to till the ground and like be able to see something grow. So I'm really glad that you have that space. Look, she said, let me correct it. I am not a professional. I'm just enjoying this. I ain't mad. Do what you got to do. I love it. Okay, Megan said that sounds amazing. I would love to watch sunrises and sunsets on the rooftop deck, girl. It was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about it. The bit that I got to see yesterday. The other thing too, there's something about seeing the sunset over palm trees that just rocks my flipping world. Like makes me so excited. I've never really been to Miami. I feel like Miami might be my LA vibe on the East Coast that I have not yet experienced. I've been through it, but I've not really experienced it. My best friend, she lives in Fort Lauderdale, which is about an hour away. But I need to go back and experience actual Miami because LA, there's a vibe about LA that I like, but it's also so far. And then there's another part of about LA that I don't particularly like. So I'm gonna have to give Miami. I'm gonna have to give Miami a chance. Okay. Jane said it's been really hot where I am too. I love a comfy sweater. You know what? I've been doing a comfy sweater vibe since I've been here, and a good sweatshirt. You know how a good sweatshirt just makes you happy and you could put it on with shorts? It's like the perfect combination. Look, I still got sneakers on. I'm not like the white people with my toes out. But, like yes, I totally get that. It's nice comfy weather. So I appreciate that vibe. Megan said, I hate summer and winter. Fall is where it is for me. But if I had to choose it, I'd be cold because to me it's easier to warm up than to cool off. I get that. I completely get that. A lot of people would say that too. I have a really hard time warming up. So I get it. But I would probably the only thing I have to be careful lately, my body has been doing this thing where if I get overheated, I almost like faint. So I have to be really careful, but it takes a lot to get there. And I think that's something with my hormones going on. I've been trying to work through that to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I'd rather be hot than cold. If they said we'll give you $1 million and you have to pick one of these two extremes. You either have to be hot, hot, or you got to be cold, cold. Your girl is going to hot, hot. I just be naked all the time. I just be naked. As long as there's a shade and a palm tree, some water, I'm just gonna be hot and naked. Yes, Jay said I love fall too. Fall and spring are nice, but you know what? You're right. If I'm gonna pick between anything, if I'm like, I'm gonna pick those two over winter. I'm still not gonna do winter. So I get it. Okay. So if let me see. I gave my 3 wins because all of my wins for this week are I took my butt and laid down, and it was a good thing. That's what my 3 wins are for this week. And I'm drinking tea. That's another win. Listen. And I pulled my R mug out of storage. You know how there's just little things when you're moving around that make you feel better. And I've been thinking about this in a way like cuz I haven't been traveling. Well, that's not true. I've been traveling, but I haven't been like how I usually do, I guess I'm going to say. Um I'm like, what is even the difference? How do I explain the difference of what kind of traveling I've been doing versus what I think I'm going to be doing? I think that going forward, I won't be as in Charlotte as often. That's what I'm gonna say. Um, and so it was a bit for me to, so I was like, oh, I need to get back into how I really do my travel. Cause I've been traveling with all of this stuff versus just a little bit. And I gotta get back to my minimalist traveling is so much easier that way. And when I do that, I know that I have everything that I need without carrying like 5 bags. And right now I'm not doing that. Right now I look like a bag lady. I got way too much stuff that I'm carrying with me. So I gotta get myself back together. So yes, that's just like a slight, oh, this is how my life is changing a little bit. Okay, so we celebrated some wins. If you have any more wins, feel free to share them in the chat, and then take a second and pat yourself on the back. You did something amazing for yourself this week. I hope that, you choose to see all the things that you could probably say, oh, that wasn't a big deal. Actually, start seeing those as wins, because every single one of those is a win, and it builds up. It makes a difference. It's things that actually change us, it's things that actually help our life get more rest. It's part of what allows us to start shifting from getting rest on occasional basis to getting rest regularly to finally getting to the point where we live a rested lifestyle. And that's my whole goal. I want to see you become a rested queen, because a rested queen gets ish done, but she's also rested. She's not allowing the things that she has, the responsibilities in her life, to burn her out. Okay. Okay, so I love when we make time and space for that to happen. Jay said, I did rest too because I had to, because of the thing I told you about, but it helped and was needed. I'm glad that you took the time to rest. And that's the thing. Sometimes life will be like, listen, you don't have no choice but to go lay your behind down. And sometimes we try to ignore that and still try to do more. And I'm glad that you did it. I'm glad that you said, oh, I hear you, Bobby. Let me go sit my tail down. So I'm so glad that you did. And I'm so glad that it's been helping. I'm so glad that it's refreshing you and recovering and allowing you to recover, because you deserve that. It's so important. I'm so glad that you've been taking that time. Oh, Meg said, I love your mug. I have an M mug that's about the same size, and it's perfect for tea and hot chocolate. Can't wait to break it out for the fall. Girl, I don't even wait for the fall. You see, it's summertime. It is officially summer, and this is hot tea. You could probably see the steam coming off the top, but I get you. I get you. You said it's hot enough. I don't need hot tea right now. I'm also in a cooler temperature than you. I'm like 30 degrees cooler than you right now, but I get it. I'm glad. Thank you. I like this mug too. Funny enough, I was living in a roommate situation in Denver, and there was a young woman named Rachel, and then there was me. And Rachel moved out and she left this cup. And I was like, I called her. I was like, Rachel, you forgot your mug. Or do you want it back? And she's like, oh, no, it's not a big deal. And so now I have an R mug, and it's a beautiful R mug. And let me tell you, I love it. This R mug will have gone all around the world because I love this mug. And there's some things that when I travel, I like to have my own things, not everything. There's a couple things like my own mug. I take my squatty potty with me. I take my scale with me. And then obviously like my toiletries and my clothes, but I have certain things that I like to travel with. And this mug is one of them. So yay, thank you for noticing. It's one of my favorite things. I think when we travel, when you become a digital nomad, it's really important to take things that allow you to feel home even though you're moving around. It helps you feel like home is with you, that you are home, like you and yourself are the home, and you have these other things that remind you of that. So that's just a random side thing that I'm gonna come back from. Hey, Tracy, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad to see you today. Happy Friday. It's a good day. I'm trying to figure out why. This is why I didn't stick with Riverside before, because it gets glitchy. Oh, it gets glitchy. I don't know what is going on, but that's okay. We're not gonna worry about that. Yay! Megan said, "Hey Tracy, how are you and the baby? I love it." And listen, we still haven't seen Leslie in a bit. Life must really be happening. Life is lifing over there. I'm gonna have to check on her again. The last time I checked on her, she said she was good. She just wasn't able to get online as much. And that happens sometimes. Like if y'all ever have those seasons, please know there's all love. We are thinking about you and we're looking for you to come back and we're going to check on you. So that's why we create this community. I've actually been thinking about creating a separate free group where we have a community kind of like a Facebook group, but I don't want to do it on Facebook because I'm not trying to promote Facebook or Instagram with their lack of DEI stuff any more than I have to. But I'm thinking about doing that so that we can better keep in touch with each other. Let me know how you feel about that. Would that be something you would be interested in? It would be on a separate app. So let me know. Okay. Tracy said, we've been good. Had a mommy and me day yesterday. Oh, I love it. I could just see his chubby little legs. Oh, I love the chubby little legs. Yes, yes. So good. Okay. So we already celebrated our wins from the week. Let's take a second and do a body scan. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that feels super zen right now. My hips are a little bit too big for this chair. Just a little snug in this chair, but it's okay. It's a nice chair. I love it. Take a second. Let's do our body scan, okay? So get yourself ready, get comfortable in your chair, something that supports your back but allows you to sit up, put your feet on the floor, or if you're sitting, or if you want to just completely lay down, that's fine too. Do something that's comfortable and allows you to take the weight off of holding up your body. So like I'm gonna lean back in this chair, so this chair is holding up my body, or lay down, okay? And then we're going to do this body scan together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You want to put one hand on your belly, the other one on your chest, and then just take a second and close your eyes. Allow your body to not have to take in any more information from what comes into your eyes. You could just listen to my voice, okay? And then from that, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And then what I want you to do, we're going to scan from the top of our head all the way down to our feet. And as we're doing that, I want you to listen to your body and ask it, body, what kind of rest do we need? I want you to think about it in terms of your mind, in terms of your physicality, in terms of your spiritual well being, in terms of your emotional well being. Ask your body, what do you need right now? Okay. And then at the end, we can share. Okay. So start at the top of your head and then scan down over your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your chin, your neck, over your shoulders, over your arms and elbows and forearms, over your hands and all the way to the tips of your finger. All the way to the tips of your finger. And then down across your chest, over your belly, over your hips, over your thighs, over your knees, over your calves, across your ankles, your feet, and all the way to the tips of your toes. What is your body telling you that you need right now? Okay. In terms of being physically rested, mentally rested, emotionally rested, spiritually rested, in all the ways. What does your body need to be fully rested, fully nourished, so that you can be centered? So that your world can be centered on you and that you can have a full cup. Okay. You're welcome to share whatever you need in the chat. I would love to hear. I'm also going to check because I love y'all be getting it in the chat. Let me see. Tracy said, we've been good. Had a mommy. Yes, I got that. And then, how about you? She's asking Megan, like Discord. Yes, it would be like Discord. Have you heard of Mighty Networks? That's where it would be. I have a Mighty Networks group that I haven't been using as much that I'm going to go back to using. Um, he turned 9 months yesterday. Yay! Congratulations, baby boy. 9 months out, 9 months in and 9 months out. Do you have that picture? Do you have the picture when you were like you were about to pop and then like what the picture is now? I would love to see that baby boy. I love it. Oh, that's so sweet. Megan said, I bet that was a great day. I've been okay, just working, but also resting. Yes to resting. That is good to resting. Because, yeah, listen, trying to be unrealistic with our expectations and feeling like if we work longer in a day that we're going to get things done faster, that's the same thing as speeding, but you don't get there any faster. You know how people, have you ever done a drive and you like speed, you do 10, 15, 20 miles an hour higher than the speed limit, but then you end up in stop start traffic the whole time, and you get there the exact same time as you would have, as if you would have just driven the speed limit and allowed yourself to just navigate what was happening. Have you ever experienced that? It's a thing. I see it all the time. Let me tell you, there's a great saying that Rachel says that the Hello 7 team say. Um, Slow is fast. Oh, slow, no, steady is slow and slow is fast. I got it wrong. I'm not saying it right. I got to find it. But the essence of it is that if you take your time and do the things that you need to do, you actually end up moving faster than if you were to try to hurry up and get things done. So stop bullying yourself, stop rushing yourself to hurry up and get things done, and allow things to have the space and time that they need. Otherwise, you're going to stop, you're going to have to redo, you're going to make mistakes and all of the things that end up making it take just as much time, if not longer, than if you would have just slowed down and did it at the pace that it needed. Right? Okay. I'm done. I'm off that off that soapbox. Yes, that's good to be resting. I'm going to sleep in and not feel guilty. Yes, please do. Please do. I woke up at 6:40 this morning and I was like, listen, I'm gonna take this little puppy in the room and let her go outside so that she doesn't make a mess. And then I'm gonna lay back in this bed. And I did. And then I got up and fed her. And then I got to work. It is okay to allow yourself to have a slow morning or to do whatever it is that's gonna allow you to be fully rested. Okay. Meg said, I'm already using Mighty Networks for a couple of other groups. I'm in. So if you set something up over there, I'm already set. Come on, Megan. Yes. Good to know. Good to know. I love Mighty. And I think it's a really great alternative to like using Facebook. Because the other part of it is that when you guys decide to become clients, I can set up a separate group that's private for you all, and you'll still have both your free resources and your paid resources all together. I think Mighty is an amazing company, and they've been really upping the ante. They've been doing amazing things to keep developing this platform. I got on Mighty, man, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I really enjoy it. It's a good platform. Okay, good to know. Thank you for sharing that, Megan. So good to know. Oh, this tea was good. Oh, it's a rooibos tea. Oh, you know who else has a really good rooibos tea? Sister Teas. I was staying with a friend and she was like, girl, drink all the tea you want. And I opened that rooibos tea. Woo! That thing. If you want to give me something for Christmas, send me that rooibos tea from I think it was Vanilla Madagascar or Vanilla something. I'm gonna have to. I actually need to get the name of it. I just know it was delicious. I'm gonna have to take a picture of the label. But yes, that sister tea was delicious. Meg said, I've been falling off with my meditation and breath work. I've been following Giovanna's video, so I want to get back into it. I will let Giovanna know because I'm sure she'll be super excited to know that you've been using her videos, and that will be so amazing. But yes, that's okay if you fall off for a little while. Don't beat yourself up. Like, this is where you're like, oh, okay, that was really helpful for me. I need to get back on track. And it's okay. It maybe you're in a season where instead of being able to do it 3 times a week, you can only do it 1 time a week. But then when you can do more, switch back to doing more. This is the other thing that I think we get wrong about balance. When we think about balance, we think that it has to be like this all the time and it never moves. But that's not how life is. Life shifts the whole time. So instead of thinking of it like this, I like to think of balance. The other word that people use is harmony, but I like to think of it like surfing. Okay. When you get on a surfboard, the water is constantly moving under it. If you try to get on a surfboard and just stand like this and never move, guess what? You're going to fall in the water. You are going to fall in the water. Instead, you're going to get what actually is going to allow you to surf well is to get on the surfboard and to be able to move. Your feet are always going to be doing this, but the top of you can actually just do a little sway. It's not taking on all the pressure, all the adjustments. It's you are able to be able to stand on this and balance. Okay, so I want you to think about your practices and the different routines that you have in the same way. It's this evolution of allowing yourself to move and sway with what your life needs in those seasons, but having a very good idea of what rest you need in those seasons and making time for it. And if you just have a season that's slightly different, that's okay. And then coming back. So I hope that that gives you permission that life can look how it needs to look right now, and figure if you need more rest than that, figure out what it is that you can adjust off on the work side to, and that means that it might take a little bit longer to get it done, but then it allows you to actually get filled up. Okay? Thank you for sharing that, Megan. Come on. I understand. I've definitely this week been like the shift in my surfboard is going like this towards rest, where it's usually moving like this a little bit more, so it's okay. That's so normal. Okay, so let me get open the window so that we can start giving out stickers. Y'all, if you have taken time this week to prioritize rest and fun, wait, not just this week but last week as well. Since last week I was doing it from my phone, I didn't get a chance to share with you. I didn't get a chance to take your stickers, and you know what, and that video didn't that video took forever to upload. So if you didn't even see last week's, I understand. I need to go back and figure out what's going on. But that being said, let's go ahead and give out some stickers. Sticker. If you have taken some time to prioritize rest and fun this week, then I want to give you a sticker. I want to reward you. Okay. So go ahead and let me know so I could go ahead and add it to our check in right here. And yeah, you deserve it. Okay, Megan says that helps. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that that helps, because I don't ever want us to feel like rest has to look the same way every day. That means when you feel that way, that means that rest is making you feel like you're not enough. It means that it makes you feel like you're not showing up for yourself. And none of those things are true. How we do this life is an ebb and flow. It is not going to look the same every day. And the more that you become okay with that, the more that you can live like you are enough. You can make time for rest, and you can make time for the other things that you need to do as well. Like all of those things could be in the same space. Oh, Jane said, I never thought about it like surfing. Yes. Yes. It's important. It's really important to think about balance as regarding to surfing, rather than thinking you're just going to stand in this one stagnant movement. That stagnancy and balance are not the same thing. They're two very different things, but we have been equating balance with stagnancy. That's not balance. Balance is this ever moving ability to stay on the surfboard while the water is doing crazy things up under it. Okay, like that is my number one analogy to help you understand what we're helping you create. I love it. We're ready to get out the stickers. Meg says stickers for this week and last week, please. Come on, girl. I got you. Tracy says sticker. I'm into it. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Thank goodness. Come on, y'all. I love giving out some stickers. You know, stickers make me happy. They make me so happy. You know what still makes me sad is that this thing is still not doing what it's supposed to do. That's okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, so then let me go ahead. Stickers. What's today? Last week was the 20th. Today is the 27th. Let me go ahead. Oh, and I had on my bathing suit last week too. Come on. And this week I've been to the beach. Okay. Megan is getting her sticker for today. Tracy, are your stickers for this week and last week, or is it just for this week? Let me know so I can get it right. Okay. You know, I love giving out stickers, y'all. Whoo, it makes me excited. I joined last week as well, but didn't see anything. Girl, I don't know. So here's what it was. I was trying to see if I could stream directly from YouTube on my phone. Now, it let me do that, but then it took like 4 days to upload the finished video. It never takes that long. I don't know what happened. And I'm like, YouTube, this was your own platform. Why is it working like this? So it could be because I streamed in portrait mode versus vertical mode. I might have to try it again another time. But you know what? I'm giving YouTube the benefit of the doubt because they have been adding some other features that they didn't have before. Like it allows us to be able to like do multiple people on it when you stream from your phone. A lot of things that it wasn't doing before. So they're figuring it out. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's okay. It's okay. Marissa, hey Marissa, welcome. We giving out stickers for this week and last week. So if you had rest from last week, go ahead and let us know, especially from this week. Okay, we're so happy to see you. You know I love when you're here. And then Megan said this month was so fast. It's crazy. July is almost here. It is. It is absolutely bonkers. I could have swore I just got here and it's actually been almost 6 weeks. I got here May 12th. Um, that I've been in California and Los Angeles area. So yes, it's crazy how fast this month is going. And listen, me and this tea is having a good time today, y'all. Oh Lord, oh child. Marissa said, love seeing all of y'all. Hey, hey, we love seeing you too, girl. We're always happy when you're here. Yay for joining today. It's my favorite. Let me know about the stickers. Tracy, you didn't let me know. I just did the sticker for this week. Let me know if I need the sticker for if I should put the sticker for last week as well. And then you also said, I agree. June was busy. It was absolutely busy. The first week was like a half week. The second week I was in heaven with tiny houses. Um, the third week I was in heaven with the ROI summit. And this week your girl has been recovering. I've been doing a lot of resting this week and I needed it. I'm like, tonight I'm gonna sleep well again and then I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be fully recovered. I can feel it. I think if I'd have been able to sleep well the 2 nights before I got in the house sit, I would have been okay. But I didn't sleep well either one of those nights. The first night I woke up at 4 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep. The second night I woke up at 2 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep. So that's part of why it's taking me so long to recover. But that being said, y'all, that ROI summit, the millionaire summit, I know we're like, man, there's a price tag on it, but there is literally no other place that I have ever been where you get that kind of energy. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. So worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. I actually was thinking, I was like, I've been setting up I have in Meant for More, there's a retreat. But I'm like, man, I might have to consider doing at least one live event just that's just open to the public. I'm thinking like maybe Freedom Fridays live or whatever. We come together for a weekend. We do the wind down on Friday and then we go do events. Like we go do dinner that evening and then we go do something fun. And then Saturday is just a rest day. Like we go sit by the pool all day. And then Sunday we go home. Like I'm thinking about some kind of live event where we all get together and do Freedom Fridays live. I just think it would be a beautiful, beautiful vibe. So yes, I don't know. Y'all let me know how you feel, but I just feel like that ROI summit, being able to get together with other like-minded women in that same space, it creates a whole vibe that was different than any other conference I've ever gone to. Because I was thinking about it. I was thinking I'd never been to a conference, but that's not true. I've gone to plenty of conferences for work and it never felt like this. Like I was so refilled, so re-energized, and yet so tired because it was just a beautiful experience. I don't even think I can explain it, but I want to create something like that for us, for our community. Okay. Uh Tracy said, "Girl, I want my sticker." Okay, so that's the sticker for last week too. I got you, boo. I got you. You said, "Give me my sticker. Stop playing." Yes, your sticker for last week. Here it is, right here. I got you. I got you. Don't get me, Tracy. Don't get me. I got your sticker. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, Marissa said, I don't feel I have truly rested. I think I have just been surviving. Had lots of fun, but I feel exhausted and I have to keep going. Girl, we need to talk about that. We need to talk about that because if you don't listen, rest debt is really, really hard to recoup from. It's really hard to get back to zero. And that's why so many of us feel like, oh my gosh, I got to burn it all down to actually restart. That's because our rest debt has gotten so out of hand that we got to take a year off to recoup. I don't want it to get to that point for you. So I want you to do the body scan and then maybe we get on a separate call and we start talking about what that looks like, you know? And definitely we might, y'all, I'm thinking about all these different ways that we could come together and to be able to serve. So let me know. Let me know, Marissa, because I want to know more about what's keeping you burnt out, especially because you're taking time to do restful activities. So what's still burning you out? What can we change? I want to know. Megan said you've been there since May. I feel like you just got to California, right? Right. I literally drove over here May 10th, 11th, and 12th. And it is now June 27th. I've been here a little over a month. I've been here a little bit over a month. It's been a good time. I needed to change the scenery and it's been good. It's been making me feel like I need to go out and get back to the digital nomading as more. As much as I want to, settle down in Charlotte, even though I was still doing as much travel, it's evidently not the time. And Jesus is like, girl, stop beating a dead horse. I will tell you when it's time to settle down, and it's not that time yet. So I'm hearing him. I'm like, okay, Jesus, I heard you. I heard you. I got you. I got you. I got to start making some adjustments to that. Okay. Marissa said, I did take a nap 2 days ago, though I was feeling guilty for the full 15 minutes. Oh, no. No, no, no. Okay, listen. Did you see? I've been actually putting out some content around embracing rest without feeling guilty. That's actually, I started the first video, came out on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, and the next 4 videos are going to be all around that. Here's what I want to say. I've actually been listening to this amazing book from Nedra Tawwab. She talks about her book is called Create Boundaries and Find Peace. And I love it because the only other like prominent boundaries book is from a cis white man, Christian. And while I get what he's saying, I don't think everything. I think that we as Black women I think that we needed someone who better understood our situation and how we're affected by our lifestyle and outside pressures in order to create boundaries well. And this book from Nedra, a Black woman, does it very well. A Black woman, a therapist. I believe she lives in Atlanta, but don't get me wrong. I could be wrong about that. But the one thing that she talks about is if you are feeling guilty about boundaries and you're trying to figure out a way to not feel guilty, here's what the answer is. Are you ready for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure you're ready. Are you ready for it? Do it anyway. She said, when you start, when you do something that you feel excited about, you don't put your life on hold because you feel joy. So don't put your life on hold because you're feeling a little guilt. And not only that, the more that you do it, you won't feel guilty about it anymore, because your body will start, the synapses in your mind will start to see that this is actually a safe thing. And that's so much of what I talked about in this week's video, is like, the reason you're feeling guilty about rest is because you feel like, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not just about I don't deserve it, because I don't think that's it, as much as I'm trying to think of the exact word that I said. I'm having a brain fart. But it really comes down to, our culture has made it, oh, I remember what it was. Our culture has been telling us, has been negatively reinforcing that every time you rest, that's a bad thing. And your body has now created a muscle memory that when I rest, oops, it's like getting smacked on your hand. Like the first time you do it as a kid, you get smacked on your hand and you're like, oh, I didn't like that. And then you try it again and it feels like you get smacked on your hand again, until something happens in your life and you learn that the thing that you've been getting smacked on your hand for was actually not bad. It was just that person or that situation that wasn't right. And so your body had created a muscle memory around, ooh, that's a bad thing. Don't do it. Like, stop, stop, stop. And that's what it's been doing around rest. In order for you to change that, though, you have to allow your brain to experience, oh, this is not a bad thing for me to get rest. And now, when I get rest, allow that positive reinforcement, which is why I give out stickers, which is why I celebrate with you. The more that you do it, you'll start shifting that feeling of guilt away from like, oh, slapped on the hand, to actually allowing that dopamine hit to happen. So, how are you going to get out of rest guilt? Keep resting and allow, slowly but surely, for your mind and body to understand that rest is safe, that rest is important. And you might have to recite that. You might need some affirmations that when you wake up, you're like, listen, that rest was good. I needed that. I'm glad I did it. Say those things to yourself every single time, so you start to hold on to the fact that rest is safe for you to have. Okay, I just got on a whole rant, but here we are. I love talking about this stuff. Okay. So next week, the video that's coming out next week is going to give you some more resources, but that's at least one to get you started. Thank you so much for sharing that, because you deserve that 15-minute nap, Marissa. You deserve more than that. But I love that you started with 15 minutes. Let me positively reinforce you, so that the next time you rest, hopefully you'll hear me in your head that say, girl, yes, that rest was good. I'm so glad you did that. Like, that's what I hope you hear the next time you take a nap. Tracy said, how long are you staying in Cali? You know what, Tracy? I don't know. That's the beauty of being a digital nomad. Right now, I'm at a house that's going to take me until July 6th. And then on that day, I go to a different house sit from July 6th to August 11th. And I haven't decided if I'm going to take another house sit in California, or am I going to start looking for a house sit that's going to take me back across the country, or should I just look for one in Charlotte and Atlanta, DC area? I haven't decided. The Lord has been giving me breadcrumbs, and I have been holding my hands open and being like, okay, Jesus, whatever you got. Because he's been giving me magical things that way. So I'm just going to go with it. Let me tell you, the one thing I am going to try to do while I'm here in California, I'm going to try to get myself on a, what is it, on a game show, so I could win me a car, a money, some trips. Like, I'm trying to get on the prices right, y'all. Like, be sending up prayers that I can get on the prices right, because I could use all of that. I love it. Meg said, no, don't feel guilty for napping, Marissa. You are not a robot. Amen. Come on. Well said, Megan. I love it. You're really into events lately. I know. The events are a different vibe. It's so nice to come together. And I think we all are into events when we see how great it is to be in the physicality of our community. You don't want to be in events with everybody. I'm not saying just go to an event. I'm saying go to an event with your people. That's what I've been into lately, and it's been good. Oh, Jane. Okay, you said my lunch is almost over. I got to get back to my class. I will watch the rest of the live later. Have a good weekend, everyone. I'm so glad that you joined today. I'm glad that you got to join live. I hope that you have an amazing rest of the class, and I'm excited you'll get to finish the rest of the call later. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad. Have a good day. Happy weekend. Okay, I love it. So everybody is giving her well wishes. We'll see you in a bit. Have a good weekend. All the things. Oh, Meg said, I love to follow. I follow Dr. Nedra. She's from Detroit, and I started following her on Instagram during the pandemic. I haven't read any of her books, though, so I need to check them out. Girl, it's a good book. The other thing I would say, you could try her audiobook. She is a very mechanical reader. I honestly wish that somebody else would read her audiobook for her. But you can get it from they have the audiobook on the Libby app. That's the way I've been listening to it. So maybe that would be a good option. Excuse me, because when you listen to it, it's 8 hours. Like, it's a full length book. She also has some worksheets and workbooks that you can listen to now. Oh, she's in Charlotte now. Because I was like, I knew she's not in Detroit anymore. Okay, I knew she was somewhere else. I didn't know she was in Charlotte though. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing that, Megan. I appreciate that. Okay. Marissa says, I have a fashion show coming up, so I have been staying up late. So I hang out with my kiddo during the day. All the things. First of all, congratulations on the fashion show coming. That's a very different swing from the art that I know that you were creating before. I need to hear more. Please share the details. Yes, please. I want to hear about that. I love it. Yes, please. Okay, cool. Um, so congratulations on that. And then the next part you said, but I'm too old for late night sewing, but it's so fun. Girl, I get that. I get that. I be in bed. I be in bed. Somebody asked me if I wanted to go on a date at later in the evening. I said no. We need to go on a date at like 6 so I could be home by 10 at the absolute latest and end like knocked out by 11. Yes, I understand, but sometimes it's also fun. So I get that. I, just be careful though. If you're here's what I'm gonna say, Marissa. If you're gonna put all that time and energy into it because it's fun, please know that after you finish that, you need at least if you're doing that for a week, I'm gonna say give yourself 3 weeks to read like fully recoup. Like that's what we're talking about here. Like understand that everything that we do creates we know that it creates repercussions. But as far as rest goes, I typically feel like for every one day that you overwork, you need 3 days to fully recoup. So if you did that for a whole week, you need a whole 3 weeks to get to get caught up on that rest debt, to get back to fully rested. Okay. So I want you to think about that and think about like, maybe I need to do a little bit different, or it is what it is right now. And I just have to have 3 weeks where I recoup on the other side. I don't know. How do you feel? Let me know. I'm so excited for you to be sewing though and having a good time with it because you make amazing art. So I love that. I have to find the pictures. My former career was in fashion design, and that was part of the reason why I came to LA. Um, I did it on a collection that was a menswear collection, and it was like all Louis the 14th flamboyant, like really big shoulders. But I did it, it was like all of these amazing kind of silhouettes, but I did it all in black. And it was my favorite collection. I did 2 collections in college, 3 actually, and that was my favorite collection. So actually, I guess it was more than that. I did a few collections in college, and that was my favorite one. So I'm excited. Make sure you send the pictures, tag us and all the things. Okay. Marissa said, Dr. Nedra, Dr. Nedra, thanks for mentioning her. I have someone new to research. She's amazing. Yes, follow her on Instagram. I love her. She's really, really great resource. And I love that she's a Black woman. I'm all about finding a Black woman that are talking about these topics because we just bring a different dynamic to it, which we do. We do. Okay. Yes, Nedra Glover. I knew it was another name in between. Nedra Glover Tawab. I just went to Nedra Tawab. So yes. Tracy said, "Congratulations on the fashion show, Marissa. What's going to be included? Yes, is it menswear? Is it women's wear, children's wear, maternity? Um, are you how many pieces are you doing? Where are you doing the show at? Is it a collaboration with other designers? Tell us all the details, girl. We need to know. Can you see this is something I get excited about? Okay. So we are done giving out stickers. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen. That being said, we've been kikiing it up and we're an hour in. It is about time to go ahead. After we did our body scan, we didn't get a chance to talk about what our rest intention for next week is going to be. We got back into the chat. So I want you to take a second. You did the body scan. What is your body telling you need for this next week? Okay. For me, I know that my body is saying this weekend, I usually do some work on the weekend because like I end up making my rest days are better during the week. So that I can be on the weekend and have conversations with people. So like yesterday was a rest day for me, going to hang out on a carnival ship. And then some other things that I've done this week, I've taken it really slowly. But even though this weekend is supposed to be a little bit more work for me, I'm still going to make time for my slow mornings and allow myself to not stay up super late, because I know that my body still needs that so that when I get into next week, I can be caught up on my own rest debt, that I can be refilled. Okay. So I'm making sure my intention for next week is that I take a walk at least once next week, like an evening walk. And then I want to go sit on this rooftop patio, this rooftop patio at least twice to enjoy the sunset. So I'm gonna write that down. And I've actually, y'all, I've been in the mood lately. So I go through these moods and these spaces where I only want to do my schedule online, or I'll do my schedule hybrid where it's partially online and partially written down. And so I'm in that space where it's partially online and partially written down. And so I made some planner pages that I've been using. Now, I don't know, since I've been using different softwares and things, I don't know if I can show you what that page looks like. So let me see. Because I had to switch and do a different uh a different notes app. I was using Good Notes, but then it was like conking out. It wasn't working. And I was like, I don't have time to figure out why it's not working. I need this to just work. Um, okay. This app evidently has a lot of things, but I don't. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can, because then you'll be able to see if I can show you on the screen. The one thing that I used to be able to do is like project my iPad, share my iPad screen when I'm live streaming. I don't think I can do that anymore. But all of that's to say, I can show you in, oh, look at that. Yes, I can show you my planner page in Canva. And then if you guys are interested in it, I'm happy to share. Let me go ahead and bring that up right now because it has been so good for me lately. And you know what? It's actually a combination of some of the things that we've been talking about, like having a daily tracker that I do for certain things that I want to do every day. And I know Megan was talking about this as well. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. It's gone through a couple different iterations. This is the other thing that I was telling you guys. Like, I'm gonna keep saying it. The way that you show up for yourself, the way that you create balance does not have to look the same all the time. Like, there are going to be seasons where the way you plan is going to look different. It's going to look different, and it's okay. And so I'm in a season where the way I'm planning does look different. And so I want to show you what that looks like. Let me do share screen. Where'd it go? Share screen. Okay. Share entire screen. Because now, okay, so this is the app that I've been using to do my planner app, because I'm using it on my iPad. And so I write on it from there. And then let me show you my planner page. So it's really simple. I put today's date, I circle what day it is, and then I choose just one. Because now that I have a list of daily activities that I need to do every day, specifically around my business and specifically around rest, then I want to make sure I'm not trying to add like 10 other things on top of that. So I have just one main thing that I need to accomplish every day in addition to these things right here. Okay. And then I put my rest activity here. So I don't have a rest activity every day. Let me rephrase that. I always have my morning routines, but a separate rest activity, I don't do that every day. So like I said, next week um I want to do sunset on the patio twice, and then a walk once. So I have 3 rest activities. So I'm making sure that I put those on certain days so that I know what they are. But then this is what helps me during the day. And so I'm putting any notes from the day, I'm dropping any brain dumps, I'm adding any to-do list things that need to be put on other days. I'm using that in this free space area. But then I'm actually putting things that I need to schedule in my calendar. So you can see how these two are working together. So I just wanted to share that. Don't know if it's helpful. You let me know. But there's something that I've been doing that's been making my planning work better for me rather than working against me. So with that, I've also been noting what my rest intention is on that day. I've needed to create a weekly planning version. Like, that's what we do on Fridays. And on that, I'm going to have a box that says, what are your rest intention for the week? What days are you going to do it, so that I can schedule it in my calendar? So those are just a few things that I'm doing to help me be really good at my rest, and knowing that it looks different than what I've done in other seasons. And that's okay. Can I tell you that again? It's okay if the way that you schedule rest looks different, as long as you keep making time to do it. And as long as you keep better understanding who you are and what you need. Okay? Okay. I'm done. I'm off of that soapbox. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if that app is going to let me open it up here. But you know what? Y'all don't need to know all of that. What you need to know is, right now we're going to move into our planning time. So you're going to have 25 minutes, excuse me, to schedule your rest for the week. If you do not know how to schedule your rest for the week, there's 2 ways that I suggest you do it, 2 options. The first one is to literally put it on your calendar, which is the way that I do it. I do a bit of a brain dump, like I just decided what my rest intention is, and now I'm going to go schedule it in my calendar. I suggest that first and foremost over everything, because we do what we schedule, because what we schedule has been prioritized. That is the goal that I have for you. Okay. But if you're like, I'm not really ready yet, or I'm not in a season of doing that, then the other option is to use a Post-it, which reminds me, I don't know where my Post-its are right now, because I'm not in Long Beach anymore. But get a Post-it, write the rest intention on it, and then however many times from this week that you're going to do that rest intention, put a couple check boxes, and then put that Post-it on your mirror in your bathroom or your front door or your refrigerator, somewhere where you're going to notice it and say, oh, wait, I didn't do my rest intention yet. Let me go do it, to remind yourself, and then check it off so that you have actually done those 3 intentions for the week. Okay. So, whatever you're going to do, you're going to have 25 minutes to get yourself set up for that. Mine will be setting it up in the calendar and then also scheduling my whatever other tasks that I need to do for the week. So go ahead and take some time to do that. And then after that, we'll get back together and we'll wind down for the weekend. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to play some music. You will know that the 25 minutes is over when the music stops the second time because I had to separate it into 2 tracks. And then we'll go from there. Oops. Well, not oops. I know it was going to do that. Let me get the other one started. The second track. Okay, so you should be finishing up your plans from this week for prioritizing rest for next week, setting up anything that you need to have on your schedule so that you're good to go. But remember, this is about prioritizing rest first and foremost. So I hope that you got that all done. I actually spent a little bit of time setting up this new worksheet, and I think I'm going to share it soon. So, yes, that's a thing. I'm excited about that. I'm going to be using it for sure. Okay, so I love it. Megan said, my rest intention is to meditate or do some breath work at least one day. I love it. I love it. In different seasons, you might do it every day or you might do it every business day. But for right now, you're just doing it for one day a week. And that's beautiful. Like, be excited about that. Thank you for sharing, Megan. If anybody else wants to share, I'd love to hear. And again, if you have wins to share and you missed that part, share them. If you have a rest intention you want to share that. If you need to stick and share that, I got you. All the things. Let's do it. Share it with me. Okay, so now it is time to wind down for the weekend. So there are 3 things to do that we wind down. First, we get excited like it's a party. Whoop, whoop. Listen, do I have a celebration for that? Yes, I do. Okay, good. I love it. So we're winding down for the weekend. So the first thing we do when we wind down, there's 3 things. The first thing is we take a look at all of our devices. So get out your phone, get out your computer, get out your iPad. Check how many windows do you have open? And not just how many windows do you have open, because this is not about shaming you. Listen, I got a bunch of windows open too. But how many of those windows can you close? Can you bookmark them? Because right now it's just in the back of your mind saying, hey, you didn't do that thing. Hey, don't forget about me. But the reality is, if it was a priority, you would have done it already. And if it's not a priority, don't have it screaming in the back of your mind. Go save that thing, put it on the backlog of your to-do list. And guess what? If you never get to it, understand that means that it was never a priority. That means it was never meant to be done, and give yourself grace in that way. Okay. So look at how many windows can you close. I got some windows I can close. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 windows. I need to figure that out. So I'm gonna keep that one open. 10 windows I can close. Ooh, I got less windows than I thought I did. Oh, wait, no, there's one over here. No, yes, less than so I only have 10 windows to close. Now, here's what I do need to work through. My email is starting to get out of hand. I got 99 unread emails. I don't usually roll like that. So I got emails that I got to go through. So I'm closing 10 windows on my laptop, On my iPad, I'm closing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 windows on my iPad. So I already closed those ones down. And on my phone, I have some ones I need to go through too. And remember, the reason we're doing this is because you don't need things in the back of your mind trying to make you feel like you're not enough, like you're behind. You don't need that, because the truth is you are enough and you're not behind. You're not behind. Okay? So I want you to do things that are going to remind you that that is exactly the truth, that that's exactly what this is, okay? So we got that. The next thing we do to wind down for the weekend is we uh Lord, figure out what's the fun activity and the fun meal that we're going to have as we move into our weekend, okay? So, my fun activity that I'm going to do this weekend. That's a good question, because I did it yesterday. Technically, I did it. I went and hung out on a Carnival ship. Y'all, I've never been on a cruise. Have you been on a cruise? I like to do all the travel, but I've never done a cruise. And you know what? I was thinking about this when I was on the cruise, when I was getting the tour, because it's my friend, he works on a cruise ship, and he was telling me all the things. I think the reason I've never considered a cruise is because those cruises are like 3 days, 4 days. Your girl likes to be gone for a month. I'm sure they have longer cruises, and I need to see, because I know that there are people that literally live on ships, on cruise ships, which I need to do some more research about that. But I was like, man, like I'm not into short weekend warrior vacations. I need longer vacations. So I still would do it for the fun of it, but I don't think I would see that as a vacation. That's more like an excursion, an activity, than I wouldn't necessarily put that in the rest category, because there's a good chance you're going to be more tired when you get off the ship than when you get on the ship. Has anybody else done that on a cruise where it was so much going on that you ended up more tired after the cruise than before the cruise? I also heard that Carnival not not the best choice. That there are some other options you should choose, like Royal Caribbean was one that I heard. I think there was some other ones that I've heard as well. So let me know what y'all think is the best cruise to try out. I'm very intrigued. Okay. Megan said, I'm closing 4 tabs. Also, my email started piling up again. So going to go through those and delete and unsubscribe. Yes. Because here's the thing, when you subscribed, I'm doing this too. So I'll subscribe to things that I think I want. And it's not that I don't want their information. It's just once I subscribe and I realize that I'm not reading the emails, it's not that I don't want the information. I just realize it's not a priority. So I end up choosing to subscribe to things that are a priority to me, or the cadence works out for me and it's not too much to balance. So it's okay. You can always go back and subscribe to their email later. It's not that you don't love them or that you don't want to hear from them. It's just not a priority for you right now. And I completely get that. So, yes, I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Megan said, I went on a Carnival cruise back in high school for 7 days with our church. It was fun. I want to go on another one. Okay, that's good to know. They had this Carnival ship the ship was called Firenze, which is an Italian name. And so it had a lot of Italian decor on it. And it had a ropes course. It had a lot of pools and jacuzzis. It had a water slide. It had a basketball court where they do different activities. So it had a lot of different things. There was also a good amount of kids on the boat. I think that if I do a cruise, I think I want an adult only cruise. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Have y'all ever done an adult only cruise? There was definitely an adult only area, but there wasn't any like restaurant for that area either. So that means you had to you still gotta weather I heard the lines on the cruises for getting food can be obnoxiously long. And I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. So it's just a lot of things that I don't know. And like I said, I heard that all of these things that I'm telling you about gets better when you do one of the other cruise lines. So I might have to consider that. But I'm glad that you enjoyed your cruise. That's so good. That makes me feel better that even if I started with the Carnival cruise, I'll enjoy it, and then I'll try some of the other ones so that I can know the difference between the two. Megan said, I'm also considering living on a cruise ship as an option when I reach my elder years. Girl, there's young people living on cruises right now, but I hear that. I hear that. I actually wanted to tell my mom about that because my mom is in a season where um she could be doing that. She's 80 years old. She needs to be fed all the time, but that's normal. The cruise would make sure she gets fed, she's taken care of, she's got somewhere to live, like, and she would be able to meet and like enjoy and mingle with people. And I know she's missing that right now. COVID really made her secluded, and she's had a hard time coming completely back out of that seclusion for quite a few different reasons. But I think a cruise ship could be because I also thought about co-living for her, but I think a cruise ship could actually be a really good option for her. It's just something I'm gonna have to talk to her about. But I love that you're already considering that. I think that would be an amazing vibe. There are some YouTubers. There's a Black woman that does it right now, and she's not an elder. I can't think of her name right now, but I would love to have her on here to do an interview as well, just so we can get out of, like, think outside the box of what life has to look like while we're actually doing the things that pay us. There's other ways, there's other things that we could do. So just I think it would be a good conversation. Other ways to live. Megan also said, I've heard Norwegian and celebrity cruises are good and Carnival has fallen off. Got it. Okay. Norwegian, I've seen that because Norwegian does an Alaskan cruise. My mom said she would always like to, that she was interested in doing an Alaskan cruise. So I could see her doing that. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. Me too. I would do an adults only cruise too. Yes. I love kids, but I don't want your kids while I'm on vacation unless I'm taking my goddaughters on a cruise. And I think if I was going to do that, I would just take them on a Disney cruise. I don't think I would bother trying to take them on a Carnival cruise. I think I just don't see, I think there's other cruise lines that I would want to try before I try the Carnival cruise. But I got to peek into some of the rooms. Some of the balcony rooms were really nice. Listen, when I really grow up, I want to be like Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow and go get on that amazing, expensive, but amazing cruise that they did. That was like the hotel on the water. I think it was an Embassy Suites on the water. And no, Embassy something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a Hilton. I can't remember. But I would love to try that. That yacht, man. Now that was nice. That sounded really, really cool. Maya said, first of all, hey Maya, I'm glad that you got to join us today. The YouTube channel From Poverty to Paradise. Okay. See, I knew she was here. I just couldn't think of the name of it. Yes. So the She Lives on a Cruise Ship is a good channel by a Black lady in her 40s. I think, that lives on a cruise ship. That's exactly who I was talking about. Thank you so much for sharing that, Maya. I think it's very interesting. And from what I understand, she's gotten a lot of free cruises as well, which I was like, I need to just go research what the heck she has done for that, because I mean, if I'm gonna try a cruise, why not try it as a free cruise, right? Then I don't care if it's Carnival or not, because I'm gonna try it. Even though I would like to try some of the others for free as well. But yes, thank you for sharing that, Maya. From Poverty to Paradise. Come on. Let's go ahead and listen. There's so many amazing resources from Black women out here. If you're not subscribed to my channel, if you're not subscribed to their channels, get on her subscription list, because every time, this is how, like, that's the other reason why I would love to have her on my channel, because we get to share all the resources, pass them around. No gatekeeping over here. Like, try all the things. So I'm so into it. Megan said, I saw Stephanie's cruise video and I fell in love. Girl, you right? Did she show us a thing or two? And it was beautiful. I was like googly eyed, like, ah. I need to be like her. Come on. And part of being like her is like being willing to say, wow, this immediate option, this going to 9 to 5 every day is an option. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna be a little frisky, a little scrappy about it. and I'm gonna try something different. And I mean, I'm in a house set right now. It's one of the things that I learned from Stephanie, and I'm continuing to lean into. I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of house sitting going forward as I continue shifting and enjoying my life. I needed a change of scenery from Charlotte, and here I am in a beautiful house set. This one's 2 weeks, and the next one's for 5 weeks. So yes, keep opening ourselves up to that. I love that you enjoyed it. I loved it too. Yes, Megan said, "Thank you for sharing my I will look her up." Good. She's a good person to look up. I love it. Okay, so winding down for the weekend, we closed some windows. Megan, you said your rest intention for next week is to do some breath work. Um, what's your fun activity for this weekend and your fun meal for this weekend? Y'all, let me see. What did I go do? Oh, I know this might be weird to you. I'm not really a sandwich person, but sometimes I just want a sandwich. Last night I went and got me some bread. I cannot wait to make a tomato sandwich. Y'all like, what the heck is a tomato sandwich? It is a sandwich that's got like a very little bit of mayonnaise because I don't like mayonnaise, with some lettuce and a sliced tomato with salt and pepper. And it is juicy, y'all. I'm telling you. Now, maybe this is vegan life, and you like, girl, I don't want no flipping tomato sandwich. I wouldn't be upset if that's your vibe. But I'm looking forward to my tomato sandwich this afternoon. As soon as I get off this call, I'm making that for lunch. That's what I'm having for lunch. So, what is your fun meal gonna be? Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a tomato sandwich. Tell us about it so we could go try it too. Okay. And then what is my fun activity gonna be? I'm pretty sure that tonight might be one of the nights that I go watch the sunset. I think that would be a good night, a good thing to do. I also might take a look and go see what I find now that in a different area. So I was down in Long Beach. Now I'm in Koreatown, which is a different area of Los Angeles. They're probably of like 45, 50 minutes apart. LA is sprawling. It's so spread out. And even with the traffic, it was like 50 minutes with the traffic. Without the traffic, it still would have been at least a 30-minute drive, at least. So all of that to say, I'm in a completely different area. It wasn't like I could just wake up and walk to this area. So I'm gonna do some exploring while I'm over here, so that I'm getting to explore and enjoy different parts of LA while I'm doing house sitting. So definitely something that that's going to be my fun activity, to keep exploring this part of the city while I'm over here. And I'm trying to see how I'm gonna get on my other fun thing is I'm trying to get on The Price is Right or some other game show while I'm here in LA. So if anybody knows how to do that, how to get on a game show, go ahead and let me know, because I want to get on a game show. I think that will be a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of like, you know what? That just sounds like fun. Let me go do that. And I've been mixing that in with work, because I've been shifting some things in my business. I've been working with an amazing business coach. I'm in the Hello Seven Mastermind with Rachel Rogers. And one of the things she says is that, yes, we're going to work hard on your business, but I want you to make time for rest and fun, because that's the other side. That's the secret sauce. The rest and fun is the secret sauce. So make sure you're making time for that. So I've been making time to do some random things that I don't usually do, and it's been quite amazing. Quite amazing. Megan said, it's sometimes hard for me to get into unwinding on Fridays because I work on Saturdays, and I'm working on Sundays. I don't know what the fun meal is yet, but it's hot. So I don't want food. Girl, I understand that. And I understand that sometimes our work schedule doesn't allow that. This is completely wind down. So here's the other thing I want you to consider for that. I would say still come and join us for Freedom Fridays for the community aspect, especially if you can join live. But if your days off are usually like Monday and Tuesday, then watch this on Sunday, because then that's going to help you wind down and be ready for Monday and Tuesday. You see how I'm switching that around? So that the reason I do it on Friday is because it's the day before the 2 days of your break. So anytime that you're about to have an extended amount of rest all in one chunk, like you would do on a weekend, watch this video before that. So you can come back to this video and do your wind down on Sunday so that Monday and Tuesday you're ready for your rest days. Okay. So maybe consider that. See if that helps. And then the other thing, not wanting food, girl, maybe go get you some popsicles. I remember when I was young, during the summer, all I ate was literally like popsicles and ice cream. And I walked around all the time. I was a kid that during the summer, I was not trying to be in a house. I was in those streets. You don't have to do that. But get out and enjoy the sun, get the vitamin D. Allow yourself to get to be out. Cause listen, when it's cold, you ain't gonna want to come out the house. So go enjoy it as much as you can, even if it's in the evening because you don't want to be out in the heat. Maybe first thing in the morning, this might be the time you get up a little early just so you can enjoy it to start your day. And then, a little bit in the evening. So just a couple other ideas. And then take that walk with your popsicle since you don't want food. So I completely understand. Megan said, I used to want to go to a game show. Wheel of Fortune did a contestant search in Detroit a few years ago, but I didn't get to select it. I'm sorry you didn't get it selected that day, but listen, maybe another day is coming. Maybe another time is coming. Don't lose hope. I believe just because a dream is deferred doesn't mean it's a no. Okay, it just means it's deferred. It's not right now, but it's still coming. Okay, I love that. Listen, maybe I could get on the game show. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if it's gonna work either, but I'm gonna put the vibes out there. And if God says, "Come on with it," and I'm be like, "Okay, Jesus, let's do that." I love it. Megan says it's sometimes hard for me. Oh wait, we said that. And I'm working on Sunday. I just don't know. Okay, so yes, we talked about that already. So hopefully that's Megan. Let me know if that works. Okay. Tracy says, sorry, ladies, I took a long lunch and listened to my body. Kind of fell asleep. Hey, girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yay to falling asleep and getting some time to rest. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that you had some time to rest. Okay. So we talked about winding down for the weekend. We closed windows on our devices. We talked about what our fun activity is going to be. We talked about what our fun meal is going to be. And if there's something else that helps you and your body recognize, hey, we're moving out of work mode and moving into rest mode. Maybe it's a brain dump. That's a part of my weekly scheduling, my daily wind down regardless. Ooh, I've been trying to figure out how to fit that in. I think if we move the community to Mighty Networks, I will make the co-working sessions specifically a part of that free group. I don't know that I'm going to do them on YouTube, but I think that's what I'm going to do to help that feel more communal and like we're getting together on a regular basis. So, I better figure that out. Okay. That stretch felt good. Okay, so yes, we did our wind down activities. Now, here's the thing. I do want to say if you have not taken a chance or taken some time to do my assessment, remember, it's only 2 minutes, 9 questions for you to figure out where you are as far as this creating this rested lifestyle. Remember, there are 9 pieces to this equation. This piece right here is just a part of one of those pieces. It's not even the whole thing, it's part of one. So I want you to go and figure out what are the other things that you can start working on to go from red to green so that you're getting closer and closer to having that rested lifestyle, not just rest on a random occasional basis, but an actual rested lifestyle. So if you are interested in that, I want you to go to um bit.ly/soft life score. Okay. Let me go ahead and get the link for you. And I'm gonna put it in the chat so you could go ahead and just click it. All right. Go ahead and make sure you take a second to take that assessment. Oop. What did that? It copied something I did not want it to copy. Copy. Come back over here, post it in the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. So now that link is clickable for you. Go ahead and take my soft life assessment. And then after you take the assessment, let's go ahead and get on a call and start talking about what it's going to look like for you to make this shift. And then we'll also talk about if it's a good idea for me to help you to do that. I understand that what I'm doing is not for everybody. I want it to be for everybody. But you know who it's really for? It's really for the get it done women, the women who have had on the superwoman cape, who have been the strong black woman, who have made sure that everybody else is taken care of. That's who this is for, okay? Especially black women. I want to help you. And so getting on the call is the next, after taking the assessment, is the next step for us to talk about what it looks like for us to help you make that shift. You don't have to do this alone. That's actually one of the main reasons we get stuck in this burnout cycle. It's because we think we got to do it alone. That hyper independence is not serving you. That DIY system of thinking about it, it's not serving you. Let's change that. Let's do that together. Listen, I'm not saying I'm a guru, but I've been on this journey very intentionally for a while, and I want to help you make the transition. So I'm done. Get on the call. Take the assessment. I got the link down in the chat, and then let's go ahead. And I'll also put it in. It'll be in the description as well. Okay, Megan said, I'm only working this Sunday because I'm covering a shift for someone because she worked for me last Saturday. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And here's the thing, things like that happen. You know that it's not going to build up. And so if you would usually be working on Saturday, then that still means come on Friday to get the community together and then watch this again on Saturday when you're doing the wind down so that you are very much ready for Sunday and Monday as your days off, to really lean into the winding down part. Because I understand not every week do you wind down on Friday, but at least there's the replays. That's the beauty of having the replays and you get to use them. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, ladies, any other thoughts, any other questions? I made sure that I got you the link. Um, I didn't talk at all about the worksheets from today, but you know what? That's okay because I think I'm actually going to be changing them soon. I like to keep them updated. I like to get y'all the good stuff every time I update it. So I think I'm going to be sharing a different worksheet with you, and I'm looking forward to that. So in the meantime, ladies, thank you so much for joining. I enjoy having you here. I love having this conversation. I love having you in this community. Make sure you tell other black women, other uh get it done women who are like, listen, I get it done, but getting it done is killing me. If you know anybody like that, even if they don't necessarily realize it, share it with them so that they can come and join us and see how this community is doing it differently, succeeding differently, how we're planning joy like we plan success. Okay. So I would love for y'all to share that with other people. All right, you guys. Thank you for taking a second to join me today. Before you leave, take a second and hit that like button. I love you, and I will see you next weekend or next Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yay! Have a great rest of your weekend, Meg. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Yes, have a great weekend, a great weekend. Yes, Tracy said Norwegian is fun. She enjoyed herself. Oh, good to know, Tracy, because I was telling them I never been on a cruise, and the ship that I've been on yesterday was a Carnival cruise. But I've said that I know that there's other ones, so I'm gonna check out Norwegian. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all go ahead and wind down. I'll see you next week. Bye.